Democrats are terrified. That's a good sign. It means they think Trump will win. They wouldn't be afraid if they thought Kamala would lose. So they're going to tell you a bunch of lies, of course, but watch MSNBC. Anytime you watch them now it's giant psychological evaluation of how they're acting. It's telling you what the polls are saying. Kamala Harris is losing. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel. I can't thank you all for subscribing to me. You were part of my original subscriber list. I hope you'll subscribe again to get our numbers back up, but mostly thanks for watching.
But what jumped out as potentially the most alarming detail was that
they're already starting you on alarming detail, and that little chyron says, be alarmed, be terrified. I say the opposite. Even if we're losing, do not be alarmed. Do not fear. Be confident. Keep your brain. They're trying to get the Democrats all fomented into a giant, violent riot after they lose this election.
Within the actual Trump campaign, the person whose name is being floated to be Trump's Attorney General of the United States to run the Justice Department is this guy.
We will go out and find the conspirators, not just in government, but in the media. Yes, we're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections. We're going to come after you. Whether it's criminally or civilly, we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're putting you all on notice.
I'm with Kash Patel. Yay! It's time for not revenge, but justice. By the standards they judged you, you must judge them back. What they were going to do to Elon Musk with free speech and his journalism, they have to do back to MSNBC. You got that? So I don't want Republicans doing anything to Democrats that they wouldn't themselves do to us. But the idea is to make them learn, and that's Kash Patel's job, is make sure they never make the mistake of going against the Constitution again by going after just right-wingers and Christians on free speech.
That is Kash Patel, the former chief of staff to Trump's Secretary of Defense, a man who is apparently on the short list for Attorney General if Donald Trump retakes office. Now, Trump has not been shy about his desire to weaponize the DOJ and use it to go after his enemies, and we should probably take him at his word about that. I do think he is serious.
I think the real reason she doesn't want Kash Patel to be Attorney General, notice her skin is tan, but he's darker. She does not want him to get that job simply because he's darker skinned than her. That's what we learned from the Democrats over the last 4 years. I didn't make up the rule. Democrats are the ones who push that rule. Okay. We all know why you don't really like Kash Patel. MSNBC.
But don't just take it from me. Last month, Trump announced that all of the January 6th committee members should go to jail.
They should go to jail because they illegitimately put other people in jail and hid information, in fact, destroyed evidence, Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, and lied, and would not allow other people. I mean, Nancy Pelosi wouldn't allow any real Republican conservatives even on the panel. Anyone who didn't believe Trump was already guilty was not allowed on the investigation. So yeah, they should go to jail.
And today, the LA Times interviewed some of those members to ask how seriously they were taking those threats. Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren said, one thing I learned on the committee is to pay attention and listen to what Trump says because he means it.
Oh, one thing I learned is that she's lying and that Trump doesn't mean it. What we do already know is that the Democrats project onto others. They tell you what they mean, like that they're going to prosecute free speech, as in hold you accountable and call things misinformation that are merely part of whatever opposes the Democrat platform. They will imprison and prosecute as misinformation because, as Hillary Clinton said, that's how we lose control. So they've told you what they intend to do, to use social media to control the masses. So believe them when they tell you what they say.
If he intends to eliminate our constitutional system and start arresting his political enemies,
yes, please,
I guess I would be on that list. The paper also interviewed Congressman Adam Schiff, who Trump has made one of his top political enemies. Schiff told the Times that he is having real-time conversations with his staff about how to make sure he stays safe if Trump follows through on his threats.
Yeah, how will he stay safe? By destroying evidence, how to scrub out a hard drive, how to hide information, how to use any leftover Democrat left in the administration to hide up, obfuscate, cover up, and lie, which is why they have to be removed. And that's why Trump's going to have to remove them all.
So the danger here is apparently very real. And the Biden administration is doing something about it.
Oh no, the Biden administration is coming to do something about it. Is the Biden administration even there? What's he going to do? Go for a jog? Do some jumping jacks? Some pull-ups? Joe Biden? We're talking about the same Joe Biden here? He ain't going to do nothing. He can't. You guys left a corpse in office to run the country.
Right before Trump's potential future Attorney General Kash Patel told Steve Bannon that he would use the government to go after Trump's enemies, Patel laid out what he thinks would need to happen within the government to empower him. He'd have to clean house.
Absolutely. You have to clean out the corruption, the corrupt Democrats that are there in the FBI, all the department, all up and down the ladder. Anyone who can be fired must be fired. That's what Obama did. He came in and just cleaned everyone out from the Bush administration, fired everyone he could, replace them with his far left. Trump needs to do the same, go into government, clean out anyone who's not a hardcore Republican conservative, fired, and replace them. That's all Obama did. That's not weird. That's not, it might be scary, but it's normal. It's what Obama did, and that's what Clinton did.
Do you believe that you can deliver the goods on this in a pretty short order the first couple of months so we can get rolling on prosecutions?
Yes, we got the bench for it, Bannon, and you know those guys. I'm not going to go out there and say their names right now so the radical left-wing media can terrorize them.
No, you can't even say who they are that he's going to replace these Democrats with, because they will be called out by left-wing media. So yeah, Kash Patel, keep it quiet. You don't have to tell us. I trust you.
Excuse me. The one thing we learned in the Trump administration the first go around is we got to put in all America patriots top to bottom.
Good. They learned that they were suckered last time playing by the rules. They're not going to be suckered this time. Once bitten, twice shy. Good, my wise man. Top to bottom.
Well, today the Biden administration issued a new rule, an attempt to Trump-proof the White House. The rule strengthens job protections for federal workers so Trump can't just clean house and replace everyone in the executive branch with MAGA hat wearing Trump supporters. So yes.
If only. We're going to try. Joe Biden's trying to stop it. He's trying to keep the rules from changing. He wants to deny the natural repercussions of an election. That is, whoever wins usually gets to appoint their people, and he's trying to prevent that. He does not want the will of the voters to be reflected in the government because they're anti-democracy. Remember, democracy is on the ballot, according to the Democrats. And this is what I mean. They don't want your vote to count. They don't want your guy who you vote into office to be able to appoint the normal people he would appoint. They don't want that to happen because they don't want the vote to have an effect because they know they're going to lose. They only want the vote to have an outsized effect when they win. Now, I might even agree with that level of pragmatism. So let's get them, guys. You must treat the Democrats the way they treated you, or they will not stop doing it.
Trump could still try to go after his enemies, and he could still try to install someone like Kash Patel as the attorney general to do so. But that attorney general would have a much harder time going full banana republic if the people actually carrying out the work under him were career government workers and not political stooges.
Also known as Democrats. Oh, no, they're political stooges. They're career government workers. And she's trying to protect them from Kash Patel. No, got them. Take them out. Every single one of them. I want that. I want them emptied, fired and gone. Has to happen, guys, or it's no good. There's no point in it. They'll just go and run their internal leaks again, leak to other countries against Trump, trying to keep him right. You got to, if you don't trust the guy, the higher up in the brass you go, the more you got to fire him, especially in the military, Pentagon, FBI, Department of Education, any appointment you can, gut deep. Replace them with any Republican.
The notion that we in law enforcement have sought to intentionally allow individuals to cross the border illegally for the purpose of voting is preposterous, and everyone should condemn that rhetoric.
I won't condemn it. I condemn you, you greasy reptile. I hope you get he will get replaced, but I hope he gets prosecuted and thrown in prison. He has caused so much untold human suffering and loss of innocent life. Mayorkas. That's the power of an appointment. And that's what Trump must put back in its evil Pandora's box, if it's possible. Put that toothpaste back in the tube. Those evil Democrat apparatchiks, got to get rid of them. I'm Doug in exile.